Alright guys, this is the OP.GG of the best Ekko jungle in the world. He is rank 2 on the Korean ladder at 1600 LP, almost a 70% overall win rate, and he has a 71% win rate on Ekko with a 5.6 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 150 games, which is pretty insane. On top of that, he also plays Silas, Lee Sin, Elise, Rek'Sai, so this guy actually knows how to play multiple champions and jungle. And he's ranked 2 on the Korean ladder, which is insane. His name changes all the time. This is the third time he changed his name in the last 2 weeks, so if you guys are interested in looking at this OP.GG and following it, I would say just go to the Korean leaderboards and see who the rank 2 player is, because this guy has been ranked 2 for the last like 2 weeks. That being said, we're gonna watch this game where he goes 7-1-4, almost 9 CS per minute. Let's look at his runes real quick. Build. So he goes Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, pretty standard Dark Harvest Ekko jungle build. And then he goes Inspiration, which is also pretty standard. Usually I go Cosmic Insight, but this guy goes Futures Market and Free Boots. Attack Speed, AP, Armor. You go Armor because the camps hit you with AD damage. Attack Speed for early game wave, jungle clear. Free Boots are really good on Ekko because he saves 300 gold, so he doesn't have to spend 300 gold to buy boots, because Ekko wants to save all his money for AP items. And Futures Market is actually really good in the jungle because you've basically finished your Runic Echoes even faster, like 200 gold faster. So it literally becomes the cheapest item, which is one of the strongest ones in the entire game, the Runic Echoes. But that being said, this is his Dark Harvest rune tree. He sometimes goes Omni Stone. As you see here, he goes Omni Stone. Too bad those games are from the previous patch, so I can't show you. The only one available right now is this one, so we'll watch this one. But the next time he goes Omni Stone, we'll see what happens there. But if you want to see his Omni Stone jungle build, I'll show you guys real quick. He goes Omni Stone, Magical Footwear, Futures Market, Cosmic Insight, with Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, and then Attack Speed, AP, Armor. So usually, Omni Stone is obviously very RNG, but sometimes it can be really good, sometimes it can be really bad. Like you could have Predator into Electrocute, into like Conquer, into a fight. But then sometimes you could have Press the Attack and Aftershock. So it's very RNG, but this rune tree, the Inspiration one's very cost efficient. But next time he plays this on the current patch, we'll analyze it also. But as for right now, we'll watch his Dark Harvest game and see what he does in the jungle. So let's get right into it.
Don't blink! All in! Just my style.
So now we're in the game, so let's learn from the best Ekko jungle in the world and see what he does. So firstly, he obviously starts Hunter's Talisman with the refillable potion. He places a ward by his raptors, his red entrance, backs instantly, and seems to get a red trinket. Yep, that's what he does. He bought a red trinket, pretty cool. So that's pretty standard. You always want to place a ward and then go for a red trinket. So you could watch for like any early cheese invades. And then obviously the jungler wants to buy a red sweeper because he doesn't want to get seen on wards. He wants to be able to sweep the jungle of any wards just in case he's getting spotted. But here seems to be an early game fight. So he actually starts his E. He started E to try to jump into the Camille, so the Camille was trying to, I guess, place a ward, and then the Jace jumped on her. Kiana gets first blood for his team, which is already really good because Kiana super snowballs. But now he has his E, so now his clear's gonna be a lot harder. Oh, and there was the, I think, the Camille ward that he just got. See, everyone just buys sweeper. It's a whole different atmosphere in like Korean high elo. But yeah, he started E and then he got the best leash, which means he's gonna get really low off this clear. Let's see what he does here. Usually you want to start W into Q into E, but here he had to start E, so he's gonna be really close to death, which is actually really scary. But look, he's doing the Raptors trick here, where he throws Q at Raptors, and then he heals almost all of his HP, and now he's going to clear Raptors again. So that's a pretty neat trick. It was discovered a while ago, but usually if you're low in the jungle, you could throw your Q at Raptors. Because of the Hunter's Talisman, you'll basically heal back to full. But it does lose you like 5 seconds-ish, because you have to like throw a Q, walk back, and then walk forward. But here he has his Q and E now, and he's going instantly for a gank. Interesting. He's going instantly to gank top. Because top is a little bit overextended. Procs his Dark Harvest. Ooh, doesn't get the auto tech off. But he did get his Dark Harvest, so that's actually pretty good. The more stacks you get, the faster, the better. Okay, he always... Okay. So he just gave a good trade to Camille. Not bad. He's still not farming. He only farmed 2 camps. I guess it's kind of hard to farm his other camps. He doesn't have his W. So he's just perma-ganking now. Now he's ganking mid. And he gets a kill mid. Really nice. Gonna help his mid laner push because he wants to crash the wave. Really good. And now his bot lane just traded 1-for-1. And he's running straight bot lane. So he only farmed 2 camps. And he ganked top, mid, and jungle. All in the first, like, 4 minutes of the game. So now Syndra knows she's dead, right? Syndra knows she's dead because Ekko's coming. So what does Syndra do? She has to int the MF because she has to at least try to kill MF because she's gonna die regardless. And now he's helping push the wave again. Alright, that's actually... So this is why I say jungle is one of the strongest roles in the game. No other role in the entire game could gank top, mid, and jungle within the first 4 minutes of the game. And the first 1 minute and 30 seconds, the game isn't even started yet. So basically within 2 minutes of the game, he injured top, killed mid, and then ganked bot and forced Syndra to die bot. So he impacted all 3 lanes instantly. Now he got the scuttle. So now basically he has 3 winning lanes. Because Jason's a range matchup, right? Into Camille, so he has advantage already. And he gave Jason easy lane now. Then he ganked mid, so mid is even more fed now. And then bot lane got even more kills, so... It's crazy. So here's a pretty cool trick. You want to fight Gromp and Blue at the same time. So he basically brings the Gromp out a little bit, drags Blue to the Gromp, and then it fights both of them at the same time. That's a great way to save time. So you hit both camps instead of just one camp. So now his bot lane is super winning. Wow, that's crazy. The mid lane is already 2-0, and bot lane is already 4-0. So, and now Kiana is ganking Syndra if you look at the mini-map. So it seems to be a big diffy already. But you have to understand that he impacted all these lanes, right? Even if it was a little bit, he impacted all these lanes. And now because his mid laner was bot side, his bot lane just killed their bot lane. He's able to invade and take the golems away from the Sejuani, which is really good. And now he's backing. I think the biggest thing about jungle is not necessarily mechanics. It's more just knowledge of what to do, right? He started E. And then he got Q, right? And if he could have full cleared, but then he wouldn't have his W to clear the next camp, so it'll take him a little bit longer. And he'll probably take even more damage. So what did he do instead? He cleared 2 camps, ganked top, mid, bot. So he really impacted every lane, which is really good. And now he's in a good spot. Interesting that he bought a red smite. And enemy jungler is Sejuani, right? They do have a Zed, they do have a Camille, which are sort of fighters, but usually you see Echoes get blue smite. And the only time I actually see red smite is if you're versus like a Lee Sin or like an Olaf, someone who you want to like basically mini exhaust to do true damage to. But this guy went red smite versus Sejuani. I wonder if they believe red smite is just stronger, which it is. Red smite is insanely strong, but blue smite is really cool with the slow, and then combined with dark harvest, I really like it. Because red smite does no damage. You actually have to auto attack and use your abilities, right? But anyway, he's fighting Sejuani and Camille 2v1. He leveled up after that kill. Nice ult to survive. Interesting. I feel like he uses his E a lot. From these initial plays, he spams his E a lot. Especially in fights. He uses his E aggressively very early in these fights, which I guess if you use it at the start of the fight, by the time you need it again, you'll have it up because it's like a 7-second cooldown or something. But if you use it at the start of the fight and the fight goes south, then you won't have any escapes, right? So Gotta be mindful of how you spam your E. Anyway, he's doing really good right now. Ooh, look at that. Kill all of the little golems. So this is where Future Market comes to play. Because of Future's Market, he'll be able to, boom, instantly buy that. It's really good. He might have had enough gold. I can't see his gold, but Future's Market allows you to literally finish Runic Echoes 200 gold earlier. So imagine, it costs 2150, I believe, to finish Runic Echoes after you get your Hunter's Talisman, you know, first item. So 2150. So it's basically cost like a 1900, 1950 gold to finish your Runic Echoes because of Future's Market. It's actually insane. That's good. He's just clearing his camps now because you gotta clear your camps, get those levels. Clear your camps, go gank. Clear your camps, go gank. I think the early game was the most interesting thing though, because like I feel like any other jungler or a lot of junglers would have just went to clear their golems or wolves or get blue buff, but he literally ignored every camp to gank all 3 lanes. So he is going for Rift Herald. Okay, now he switched to Scuttle. His top laner, I think he's about to get ganked. Yeah, his top laner is getting ganked. So now the top laner is dead. So now he has to ask his mid laner for help. But his mid laner is a lot stronger than Zed. So they could probably 2v3 if the situation even happened, right? Because Kiana is really strong, and Ekko is also strong. Sejuani is weak. Camille's pretty. Camille's 2-0. She's pretty strong. So he instantly jumps onto Sejuani. Ooh, that was a whiff W, and he got ulted. But it doesn't matter. Ooh, nice. I'm telling you, Runic Echoes makes Ekko really, like... This is literally why people think Ekko's broken. And going on to the Zed. He can't do anything here to help his Kiana. He wasted all his resources on Sejuani. But Jace is here to save the day. Nice E over the wall. Whew. Really nice, really nice. Really good. But yeah, this is why I think they say like Ekko's broken, because think about it. You finish Runic Echoes, right? Think about an Ekko in the mid lane. The first item he buys is Corrupting Potion, right? Then he goes Dark Seal, Doran's Ring, right? That's a lot of gold. When you're going in the, and then you have to finish your Portal Belt, which is 2,500 gold, right? When you're in the jungle, it costs only 1,900 gold to basically finish your Runic Echoes because of Future's Market. And think about that. 1,900 gold for an item that gives you 80 AP and like Luden's Echo passive and 300 mana and CDR. And possibly a blue smite, which is even more damage, or a red smite. It's actually, it makes Ekko so strong. But yeah, guys, if you just noticed before right when I started talking about why Ekko was broken with Runic Echoes, he invaded Sejuani, and Sejuani was on his red buff, and he didn't chase Sejuani. He didn't chase Sejuani because the enemy bot lane was missing, enemy mid laner was missing, which means that if the enemy mid laner and bot laner are in that area, they would get there first before his team would get there, and he would probably int. So he played very reserved and very smart. Right there, he did the same trick with the blue buff and the Grom, so he fights 2 camps at the same time, because that saves a lot of time when you fight 2 camps at the same time. Really good. Seems like the enemy team is getting some comeback kills, which makes this game a little bit more interesting. But the mid gap is pretty big. Like, Kiana is really strong, and MF is also super strong, and Ekko's super strong too. So now he uses Rift Herald. It's really interesting how this is literally like Korean high elo, and it looks like the enemy team is one of my D1 teams that won FF15. Now he's pushing the wave. Really good. Gonna get this tower. Yeah, this game looks pretty much over already. But you have to understand why this game looks the way it does, right? He literally ganked top, mid, and bot in the first minute of the game. So here they're fighting. Ooh. He sort of inted there. That was unnecessary, actually. Him dying is really unnecessary because he just gave up 500 gold. See, that's one thing everybody does, right? That's one thing everybody does. If you're ahead, you may like start wanting to do like fancier and like, oh, okay. Okay, Kiana. But yeah, when you're ahead, you want to start doing like fancier plays and get even more kills and just demoralize the enemy. But that's really not necessary because he just gave like 800 gold to the enemy team for no reason. If he doesn't go for that play, nothing changes. They're still on track to win the game. But now they gave 800 gold to the enemy team, which is never good. You never know. Maybe the enemy team gets momentum and comes back. So if you're ever in a situation, try to play more reserve, because if you're ahead, you don't have to take risky plays at all, right? If you're ahead, you don't have to take any risky plays. So here's going for red buff. And he's cutting his red buff to where he wants to go, right? See how his red buff keeps going further and further towards where he wants to go? He wants to go top because the top laner is getting ganked. He throws his W. It's a 4v1 right here. Gets a Sejuani stun. Procs Dark Harvest on the Camille. Okay, see, that was another early E, but it doesn't matter. He kills Set. Throws a Q. I'm not sure why he ulted there. Maybe he ulted for HP? He wasn't going to die to Syndra. Even if Syndra was going to ult him or something, he could just ult her ult. So maybe he ulted for HP. Or maybe he got scared, I don't know. But yeah, versus that Set, he E'd very early again. And then Set was able to CC him, but it didn't really matter because it was like a negative second CC. And then Set died to tower. But yeah, he E's very early and very often too. For like that quick burst. But it could be very risky if a bad situation happens, you know? But he basically 4v1 that. Oh, E Proto Belt. Ooh, he whiffed his flash. Okay, so a little bit of mechanical errors, but obviously this guy is 1600 LP Korean challenger, so even he makes mistakes, right? So that's why it's good to know that if you ever don't press R on Ekko, or you mess up a wall hop, or you mess up something, don't worry about it, because even the best make mistakes, right? He could have E-flashed, proto-belted and killed the, I think, Jace, but he tried to save his flash, but ended up whiffing it anyway. But yeah, look how quick that game was. So this is gameplay from the rank 1 Ekko jungler in the entire world. Comment below if you guys learned anything, if you want to see more. If he posts, obviously, more, if he plays more, I'll try to get more VODs. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.